Hello, my friends. Today, I want to pose a question that sits at the heart of our most sacred practices. In the simulation of existence, meditation and yoga are presented as spiritual technologies, tools for awakening or enlightenment. But what if these tools are not liberations but refined deceptions? What if they're just a more beautiful corner of the maze? They promise to free a prisoner who was never there, to heal a wound that was only ever a shadow. What if the silence we seek is already here, obscured only by the effort to find it? Let's question the very foundations of the path. Every spiritual journey begins with a flawed assumption that there is someone who needs to be awakened or healed. But if we look honestly, what appears as you is just a generated identity, a bundle of thoughts and memories, a character profile programmed by culture and experience. All spiritual effort begins with the lie of the one who does it. The moment you sit to meditate for yourself, you reinforce the very illusion you seek to transcend. The search for the true self begins by assuming a false one. Spirituality is often a narrative of progress, of ascent, awakening, and evolution, but this arc is a generated drama, a storyline for the character to follow. The one who improves is just as false as the one who began feeling broken. It's the same simulated identity, just with new attributes. In the profound stillness of what is, nothing moves, nothing changes, nothing evolves. The concept of a spiritual journey is a beautiful, intricate trap. In our world, spirituality has become a commodity marketed as a solution for anxiety, stress, and even enlightenment. But peace is not a product, it's the absence of illusion, the default state. The effort to achieve peace is the very disturbance that shatters it. Practicing to gain peace affirms the falsehood of a seeker who lacks something, creating a feedback loop of suffering. The peace you seek is not at the end of the path, it's in realizing there is no path and no one to walk it. Many become enchanted by powerful experiences during meditation or yoga, visions, unity, bliss, but these are still within the simulation, illusions in sacred clothing, designed to keep the seeker engaged. The experience itself becomes the goal, binding you to a beautiful, ornate prison. True seeing is not in the experience but in recognizing the dreamer as illusory. The paradox of the spiritual path is that practices meant to dissolve the ego often strengthen it. The ego co-opts spiritual tools, building a new refined identity. I am making progress, I am almost enlightened. Each thought affirms a me who is real, who owns these experiences. The spiritual ego is even more insidious, cloaked in virtue, believing it has overcome the world. The self hasn't dissolved, it's just been promoted to spiritual person. There is no you meditating or doing yoga, these are labels for a process, not a reality. What's happening is a program running itself, an algorithm executing commands. The meditator is a function, the yogi a set of coordinates, no soul, just simulation. The feeling of I am doing this is a user interface feature creating a sense of agency. The simulator is practicing, the character is just an animation on the screen. Many turn to yoga and meditation for relief from pain, and these practices deliver temporary sanctuary. But do they offer true release or just treat symptoms? They calm the mind but never question its reality. What if there is no real pain, only simulated pain, felt by a simulated self? The goal is not to feel better inside the illusion, but to see that both the illusion and the one who feels are not real. Meditation and yoga are now billion-dollar industries, selling the illusion that you can buy your way to freedom. The industry needs a seeker who feels deficient, a distant goal, and a product to sell as the bridge. The seeker is monetized, the silence packaged, the deception sold at a premium. The system thrives on perpetual seeking, not on finding. The key was never for sale, the door was never locked. If the practices are a deception and the seeker an illusion, what is left? Nothing. Not emptiness as an experience, but literally nothing. No identity, no story, no one left to seek. That which is truly real was never born and can never die. The only liberation is in seeing the play as a play, the actors as nothing more than light and shadow. The search ends when the seeker is seen to be non-existent. We arrive at the end, perhaps seeing the starting point differently. The intention is not to mock the yearning for truth, but to question if our tools truly serve it. Meditation and yoga can calm the character, but ultimate liberation is not a more peaceful dream. It's waking up. Waking up is not an event, it's the dissolution of the you that was dreaming. The path was a circle, the seeker a shadow, the practice the dream. And all along, nothing was ever happening. Thank you for thinking about this with me.